בוקר טוב.
Good morning.
רב, כוח הבושה.
The force of shame.
בחיי יום-יום,
In our day-to-day life,
שלנו, אין, כמעט הדבר הזה נעלם לגמרי.
this thing almost disappeared.
באינטראקציה עם אנשים אין דבר כזה.
In my interaction with other people, it feels that there's nothing like shame. People are not ashamed of anything. They don't even take anyone into account. You can see what is happening here in the government or in general. Who is ashamed towards and whom? Nobody cares. So how do we awaken shame? How do we between us awaken this shame? It is something that is so subtle.
That's true. This depends on the subtlety of the soul. But don't say that we don't feel ashamed. We're always acting out towards each other, each one towards the others.
What should I feel shame about?
I don't know, but try to make a list, and then you'll see how many conditions there are that bring you shame.
But between us, between the friends, we reach such a state where I'm not ashamed. In my character, I'm hot-tempered. If somebody upsets me, I just stop him, I yell at him. There are all kinds of different states. That's it. I turn off the microphone, I leave the conversation, I just disconnect. Am I ashamed? I'm not ashamed of anything.
You're ashamed of what you're doing.
It comes out of shame?
Yes. If you close the microphone or yell and so forth, all that doesn't bring you shame.
Anger, maybe.
That's for now. In the meantime, and then, no shame? There's no shame at all?
I'm not sure.
You don't even just feel ashamed about doing that afterwards, not at the same moment.
I don't know.
So tell the group that you want them to speak about it in front of you, and then you can understand what is their attitude to you. Give David.
Rav, I'd like to continue this. Sometimes it seems as though that state that Shlomi now described, that the person has no shame, his scrutiny later is stronger. I noticed that when something like this happens, when a person is angry, etc., he loses control over himself. The scrutiny later is not about, am I ashamed, or what is the Creator commanding me to do, and did I keep what I had to do? Because of the connection, due to connection.
Yes.
And here you discovered he didn't do what he should have done, it doesn't lead to the right goal, and the scrutiny comes from this direction. Is this scrutiny healthier for us? It's more correct in order for us to advance in the work than just a simple feeling of shame that...
The shame pushes you backwards and you're not making any scrutiny. That's the maximum you've done is finding this boundary of where the shame stops you, and then what? How to rise above that boundary.
Rami asked before, he said, there is the matter of shame, but the friends cannot advance from this state because they have no scrutiny. They simply regress, they lock themselves in. And here, if I didn't have this shame, as it was, as Shlomi described it, so now I have new discernments that I can work with that are more true, not out of the ego, but out of the goal of what do I need all of this for? So there is a scrutiny towards the Torah, towards the Creator.
Okay, but basically for now, you have here, 400 people sitting, let's say, and they all seem to me like they have an armor, each one. Yeah. And then, how do you take that off them?
This was one of the big, heavy questions today. How do we remove these boundaries in the right way? You can't just throw it away, because there won't be any discernments there. So one needs this armor to a certain extent.
Well, let's say gradually.
Right, gradually.